My friend, I don't know if you should do this. It's a big risk. Here's the thing. Not everyone is going to want to see you succeed. Yes, I know I said it, and I know it sounds harsh, but you probably felt that way before. I know I definitely have. They're saying they're trying to protect you. They say they're trying to help you. But are they really? Right? You get excited about something, and then you go tell someone, hey, this is what I'm about to do. And very easily, you think that they're going to light up and they're going to be like, oh my God, this is great. You think you're going to get support. But what do you get? You get doubt, criticism, and maybe even a little condescending laughing. Like, haha, you really think that you can do this? You sure you want to do that? Man, that sounds risky. Look, I just don't want to see you get your hopes up. They say it because they care, so they say. But deep down, it's because that ambition scares them. Especially that they can see it in you, that fire that they might not have for themselves. Some people don't want to see you go beyond them, and that is the cold, hard truth of the matter. Look, a lot of people operate in a scarcity mindset. They think success is limited to those of the very, very high order. But realistically, it's not. When they see you stepping up, leveling up, chasing your goals, it reminds them that they're not doing what they should be doing. And that makes them feel uncomfortable. So instead of cheering you on, they try to pull you down and tear you apart. They want you back down to their level. They don't want to see you go to a higher level because they might be afraid that you might leave them. Think about it. Crabs in a bucket, they don't climb on top of each other. One is always pulling the other one down so that way they can remain in the same spot. It's kind of like, hey, if I'm going to be here, you got to be here too. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to escape that kind of criticism. It's not because they hate you, but it's because they can't stand seeing someone else escape while they're staying stuck. So what do? They dress it up as a concern. Just maybe you might want to rethink this. Really look at the risk here. Look, I don't want you to fail. Maybe you should wait until you have more experience. Maybe you should wait for the right moment. Are you sure that this is the right move? Nah, they really mean it. Look, if you succeed, what does it say about them, right? It kind of hurts. I know, it's a little sour taste, but it's the truth. Your mind is a stronghold. You have to guard it. You have one mind. You have one shot to shape your reality. If you let negative people and negative thoughts take up the space in it, guess what? There's no room for anything else. You'll start believing them. You'll start hesitating. You'll start doubting yourself. You'll start playing small. Don't do it. Before you know it, you're stuck, just like them. Not happy, right? You gotta tell yourself this. It's not happening, not on my watch. So here's what you gotta do. Recognize who's holding you back and be honest with yourself. It's tough, I know. Ask yourself this question. Who in your life makes you doubt yourself? Is it a friend? Maybe even a family member who subtly discourages you? A coworker who constantly downplays your wins? You gotta identify these people because sometimes it's the ones closest to you that hurt you the worst. I'm not saying cut everybody off and go completely solo and live on an isolated island, but you do need to know how to set these boundaries because this is the way that you preserve your energy. You don't want these kind of people to drain your energy from you. You need that energy to succeed. Another thing that you need to do is you got to train your mind to reject negativity. And it is tough because especially if you are surrounded by it. Negative thoughts, they're like weeds. You try to pull one out, and the next thing you know, another one's growing back in its place. When doubt creeps in, stop it in its track. Try this. Whenever a negative thought pops into your mind, ask yourself, is this actually true, or is this just fear taking over? Because most of the time, it's fear. And fear is a liar. Henry Ford said it best. He says, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Your belief shapes your reality. So take control of what you believe. The next best thing that you could do is find people who can push you forward. If your circle isn't inspiring you, and is limiting you, then it's time that you need to go find a new circle. I know it's tough to say goodbye to those lifelong friends, but you need to be around people who encourage you, who celebrate you, who call you out when you're playing small. You can't find these people in your old way of life. You sometimes need to shed the old way to adopt the new way. And here's the thing. If you are having a hard time finding these kind of people, then fine. Maybe you gotta just look within yourself. Are you reading the right books? Are you listening to the right podcasts? Are you searching for mentors? Are you creating your own kind of mentors? You don't have to know successful people personally, but you can learn from them. Read about their struggles. Study their mindsets. Absorb their wisdom. Because when you surround yourself with greatness, you'll start thinking like them. That is literally the battle. Take action anyway. Look, you're gonna have a lot of noise. You gotta silence it. The best way to prove people wrong is to take action. Not by arguing, not with trying to convince them. Just do it. You think the greats sat around worrying about people's thoughts? Nope, they didn't. They just did it. Sometimes you need to just punch fear in the face and keep on moving. If people had listened to all the noise, they wouldn't have made history. So, why should you listen to all the noise? Don't. Just quiet it out. The only permission you need is your own. So listen, at the end of the day, this is your life. Not your parents, not your friends, not the people watching from the sidelines. It's yours. So protect your mind, guard your energy, and move forward. Even when you doubt yourself. Because one day, they won't be doubt anymore. They'll be asking you, hey, how'd you do it? And you smile because you already knew the answer. Go prove yourself right. Go believe in yourself.